When does The City and the City air on BBC? Brand new fantasy series The City and the City is starting on BBC Two this week. Adapted from the acclaimed novel by China Miéville. Episode 1 is premiering this Friday, April 6 at 9 p.m. It will then air every Friday night at the same time. The BBC announced that the series was in the works back in 2015 with David Morrissey leading the cast. The screen version of the award-winning weird fiction novel has been penned by Tony Grisney and is directed by Tom Shankland. Rule number 1 is you don't take on an adaptation unless you love the original source material. Which I did, Grisney said, partly because it presented real challenges and problems to produce a screenplay and TV show or film. Miéville himself has said the final result of the adaptation is extraordinary. He said, "It's been extraordinary and moving to see this huge process whereby a book written alone is collectively transformed into something familiar yet quite new. And it is extraordinary and moving to see the final result." What is the plot of The City and the City? The City and the City is a police procedural set against a somewhat mind-boggling premise. It takes place in two fictional cities, Bissell and Uicoma. The twin sites occupy the same space but are perceived as two different cities. Citizens of each city are forbidden from recognizing the other and have been trained to unsee anything to do with the other city since childhood. The plot begins when the body of a young woman is found in the city of Bissell. Inspector Theodore Borlu, played by David Morrissey, of the Extreme Crime Squad is called to investigate the murder alongside Officer Lisbeth Corway, Mondeep Dillon. Speaking about the series, lead actor Morrissey said, "The concept is strange. It is a detective story told in this city, which is actually two cities that share the same footprint. But there are very strict regulations about the fact that one city cannot see the other city's populace. They can't look there, they can't acknowledge them or interact with them, and that creates all sorts of strange rules." How many episodes are in The City and the City? The series has been divided into 6-hour-long episodes. The synopsis for episode 1 reads, "The young woman's body was found at the Bulkia Docks, an area known for its close overlap with the city of Uicoma. Although Uicoma and Bissell occupy the same geographical space, the cities have a dangerous and volatile relationship with each other, and citizens are trained from childhood to unsee everything in the other city. Commissar Gadlam, Ron Cook, thinks this is a case for breach, the secret police who ruthlessly patrol all cross-border crime. Gadlam thinks someone else should take on the case, and that maybe it's too personal for Borlu. But Borlu insists he can handle it. Borlu receives the call from a friend of the dead girl, who identifies her as Mahalia Giri, Andrea Deck, an American student living in Uicoma. Yet Borlu starts to worry when the caller admits she is not phoning from Bissell, but that she is making an illegal cross-border call from Uicoma. When Gadlam discovers that Borlu received an illicit phone call, he passes the case on to the Oversight Committee. Gadlam thinks the case is getting too dangerous for Borlu to investigate alone and wants to invoke breach. Is there a trailer for The City and the City? Yes. The exciting trailer sets up the series' murder mystery plot combined with its mind-blowing sci-fi elements. A voiceover from Inspector Borlu introduces the clip. "Nowhere else works like the cities," he says. "Bissell and Uicoma, I knew there was a city I dare not see, just on the other side of where I was permitted to look. The City and the City airs on BBC Two on Friday, April 6.